Hey, Randy Barton for Extreme Faith and Fitness, Team Beachbody Coach. What about your heart rate? That's what we're talking about in today's coaching moment. I've had at least 3 questions this week concerning heart rates. As people are saying, I'm getting my heart rate up too high. What should my target heart rate be? What monitor should I use? Heart rate monitor should I use? We're going to answer that and more in today's coaching moment. As we go through the coaching moment, let's start off with this. When should I wear a heart rate monitor? You should wear a heart rate monitor anytime that you feel that your heart rate's going to be elevated enough that you better know how hard it's beating. For me, that means that it's going to be cardio days. I don't wear it if I'm lifting weights. I don't wear it if I'm doing yoga. I don't wear it if it's a rest day. I wear it if I'm doing cardio. For me, that means I'm doing insanity right now, and that is definitely a program that you're going to want a heart rate monitor for. Now, when we're doing our heart rate, we know when to wear it. What should your heart rate be? Check this out. If you've got a Team Beachbody account, log into your Team Beachbody account. You go to at the top where it says Get Fit. You go to Fitness Tools, and then you're going to see in your Fitness Tools your target heart rate. You go in there, you enter your info, and it's going to tell you where your heart rate should be. Now, what if you don't have a Team Beachbody account? If you don't have a Team Beachbody account, what are you waiting for? It's free. Go to extremefaithandfitness.com. Over on your right-hand side, big red button says Free Fitness Coaching. All right, that was for those that found this on YouTube. Don't have one yet. For everybody that has one, but you're saying, I just don't have a computer right now. Or you say, I don't have one, but I need to know how to figure my heart rate. You take the magic number 220. 220 minus your age is going to give you your max safe heart rate. Your maximum safe heart rate, 220 minus your age. Now, you also want to be kind of cautious as you near that number, but that's going to be your maximum safe heart rate. You're likely not like Lance Armstrong that can keep it like 220 for 2 to 3 hours as he's doing these crazy bicycle things. So know what your target heart rate's going to be and stay safe in all of that. Now, how do we track our heart rate? There's a few different ways that you can track your heart rate to know where it is and make sure that you're not going over that maximum safe heart rate. First thing you're going to need, if you want to keep it plain and simple and nothing else fancy, gadgety technology-wise, is you're going to have your magic finger. Your magic finger, you're going to find your pulse in your favorite location to find your pulse. Then you're going to need a watch. And you're going to take your pulse. Watching a watch, always make sure that you're using a watch or a clock. Because if you're not using a watch or a clock and you're trying to count seconds, your brain's going to start counting your seconds based off of your pulse. And that's not going to be accurate, not even close. Here's what your heart rate is, though, is your heart rate is how many times your heart's thumping in your chest in 1 minute. So there's a few ways you can do this. Maybe you find it on your wrist and you're going to track that for 6 seconds. And then you're going to multiply it by 10. If you don't know how to multiply it by 10, you take the number that you get and you add a 0 at the end. So if you felt that it was 6 times, you multiply it by 10 and it's going to be 60 times. Or you can track it for 10 seconds and multiply it by 6, or 15 seconds and multiply it by 4. However you want to come up with how many times it's beaten in a minute. You could sit there for a minute and just count it out, but that'd be long and easy to lose track. But you could do it. If you want to take it up another step is you can do two different ways that you can use basic gadgety stuff to do it. And one is with a heart rate monitor watch, plain and simple. This one I'm wearing now was $10 on eBay. I think that even included shipping. But once that I start working out, I can just tell it I want to find my pulse. I set my finger on this little red button, and it tells me it. This thing is clunky. It doesn't work all the time, and sometimes it takes forever to find the pulse, but it does work, and it is simpler than trying to be all sweaty and counting things when I can hardly even think of standing up at the moment. Other thing that can be very basic, because if you have a smartphone, there's apps that will actually track your heart rate. Oddly enough, you put your finger onto the camera and it will track your heart rate. How? I don't know, but it does it, and it's semi-decent. It doesn't work every time, but it's available and it's free. If you want to take it up another step, you're going to get yourself what I would suggest is a heart rate monitor. That's not just the watch thing. A heart rate monitor, though, that has a chest strap and is able to track your calories. Now, not all the ones at your chest strap track the calories. Some of the ones that are like this one here, that is basic, it does track calories, but how can it really tell? Because it doesn't know what your heart rate was the whole time. So I've got this one here. Now this particular one, question I get all the time, what one do you use? This one is made by Sportline. People say, what do you use? Because I want to use what you're using. It's an okay one. Would I buy it again? Yes. Is it the best one? No. Would I possibly get a different one? Probably. So it's one of those things. This is just kind of middle of the road. It's a Sportline. It has this fancy watch on it that also has a quick touch section as well. And it works. And you wear this thing just around your chest, and it constantly communicates with the watch. And at a glance, hey, my heart rate is 150 something, or whatever it may be when I'm working out. So it works well, and it's continuous. And at any point too, I can look and see how many calories have I burned so far, how many grams of fat have I burned so far, what has my average heart rate been during this workout, all those things, just scrolling through the simple menu that is continuous in real time. As I go through it, why is it important to know all of this? Because I want to make sure I'm not going over that maximum target heart rate. Maximum target heart rate, 220 minus your age gives you the maximum safe heart rate to go. What happens if you start to get up near that heart rate and you say, I might go over it, or I have gone over it, or I am very, very close? Back off a little bit. Back off a little bit. I know as people get close to this, they just keep on pressing through, or I don't want to slow down, or keep pressing through. You're going to rather take a step back, rather stop pressing through, rather take a break and walk a few laps around the room than you would end up in the hospital. I guarantee it. Don't be afraid to take a step back or take a break when you need it. Tony says it. We see Sean T saying it. Joy says it. All of the highfalutin celebrity trainers say, take a step back. Take a step back. It's about getting results. It's not about getting hurt. So don't be afraid to take a step back with this. Now in the early days, you're going to see that your heart rate may just shoot up super high really fast because your body's not in great shape. But in time, you're going to find that it's starting to adjust. It's beginning to get stronger. You're better in your cardio. Example is this. When I begin Insanity, when I start cutting or going lean in the late spring, I always see that I'm burning in an Insanity workout, especially in the max, anywhere between 1,000 to 1,200 calories with the workout. By the end of the summer, I'm taking fewer breaks and I'm struggling to burn 1,000 calories. Why? Because my body has adjusted. I've become stronger in my cardio, which means now I can press harder. I can press farther. But when you're starting out, take it easy on pressing those limits. Take it easy on pressing the limits because your body's not adjusted or strong enough for it. If you can get your heart rate up there, props to you. It means that you're working. But be smart when you're working out. This coaching moment has actually come because of all of the requests that I've gotten recently, or all the questions I've gotten recently about heart rate. So make sure that you're taking this advice, that you're playing it safe. You're rather going to take a break than you would end up in the hospital somewhere or be found dead on the floor. That's not what it's about. Let's get ourselves healthy. Let's stay safe in all of this. If you have an idea for a coaching moment or a question you'd like to have addressed, by all means, send me a message, make a comment below, send me something on Facebook or an email. Go to extremefaithandfitness.com, find the contact info, send it over there if you're not in the coaching yet. If you're not in the coaching yet, go to extremefaithandfitness.com, sign up for it. It's going to give you contact to myself, but even better yet, friend me on Facebook, Randy Barton. Friend me on Facebook, and you're going to find a whole pool of people, dozens of people that are ready to just get results and encourage you to get results as well. Good things come through it. This has been Randy Barton for Extreme Faith and Fitness, a today's coaching moment, independent Beachbody coach. Thanks for sticking with me as we learn all about your heart rate. See you next time.